Hey everyone, it's Bailey. Welcome back to the channel and thank you so much for tuning in to what's going to be a YouTube made me buy it video. I have made one of these in the past. It's like 3.5 years old, and so it is high time we made a new one here. But basically these videos, if you're not familiar, is where I talk about products that I heard about exclusively through someone who creates YouTube videos here. They recommended it, they talked about it favorably, I guess, and as a result, I purchased it because I wanted to experience the good things. I love watching these videos myself because it's a good way to, let's learn about new products, first of all, like we all do with all of these beauty videos, or me at least, but also gain exposure to new YouTubers here. Sometimes it can be hard if you have like the same stale subscription feed and you want to kind of branch out of the box. It's kind of helpful to know who the people you like to watch because, you know, even those of us who make videos are all YouTube watchers at heart. So that's why we're here today. Let's go ahead and get started with the video. First, with the products that kind of inspired this video, it reminded me how long it had been since I had done one of these, despite racking up all these products that I know for a fact I bought because somebody else I love watching here on YouTube mentioned them. So first thing is first, they are these, there's no product name on here, but basically they are loose pigments and glitters from Sigma. They literally arrived today. I snapped a picture of it. You might have caught the post on Instagram, basically saying that I purchased these solely because I saw Samantha Sherman use them in a video, and so I wanted to buy them. Every time I see these videos or I say that myself, instantly Mean Girls reference comes to mind. Let me know if the same happens for you. But yeah, basically I saw her talk about and use them in a video, so I bought them to talk about and use them in a video. And specifically, the pigment that I'm wearing on my eyes today is called Zeal, and it's this incredible duochrome. I hope it's translating well on camera because, you wouldn't believe, I am wearing more than one shadow on my lid right now, but I just think it looks like I'm wearing 5 because it has that incredible duochrome oil slick sort of effect, and it's a unique duochrome in the kind of colors it has in it. It really does not look like anything special in the pot, I don't think, and it certainly doesn't, I don't think, look like this on my eyes right now. But when applied, it has these teal and lilac pigments in there and almost frosty baby blue that, you know, when you apply it just gives this incredible, I don't know. She was wearing this on her eyes in that video, and that is when I knew I had to have it. So I not only got that, I bought this as a single, but then to also try some of the, did I get this as a single? I bought a trio again. I'll list all of the product information in the description bar below. I bought one of these as a single, and one of them came in a trio. One is a loose glitter, and then the other 3 are pigments. And I was just so intrigued by her swatches and by the website that I just had to try multiple. I'm a person that can rarely just try one and be done. And if you're not new to the channel, you obviously know this, but fun fact, moderation is not in my vocabulary. So that is product or products number 1. Really, really love them. Product number 2 is kind of an oldie, but a goodie. Like I said, guys, I'm way behind in doing this and kind of refreshing this from the last YouTube Maybe Buy It video. It's the Marc Jacobs Remarkable Foundation. Nikki Tutorials. This was, I feel like, in her favorites for the longest time, and I resisted the urge to buy it. I was like, no, I don't have a need for it. I have so many foundations that I really, really love, but then I'm sure a Sephora VIB sale came, and I couldn't let it leave without buying this, so bought it. This is the shade Bisque Golden. I'm wearing it today. It is a hair too dark. Hopefully, as the summer months come, I can match it a little bit more, but if you do notice that my neck doesn't, or my face doesn't match the rest of my body, this is why. But I wanted to wear it on camera so that you get a feel for how it looks and wears on the skin. I really, really love this guy. It's incredibly full coverage, probably the most full coverage foundation I have, and so something to keep in mind if you have ever considered purchasing this, maybe still on the fence about purchasing this. Very full coverage. I have combo skin, and even I still need to make sure my skin is adequately moisturized or hydrated because I do find it sticks in clinging to the very few dry patches I happen to have, primarily around my cheek area when I don't, when I kind of skimp on the moisturizer. This tends to be where it clings to, and then naturally just where you have those tiny crevices like in the fine lines around your eyes and around your nose. This can sink into that a little bit if you're a little too heavy-handed, and a little of this goes a long, long way. So once you kind of get used to, it's not a huge learning curve, but once you kind of get a feel for the right amount for you and how and where it works best to apply it, it wears absolutely beautifully. And what's more is it stays all day. That probably is why it dries into my dry patches a little bit, is because it goes from this ultra thin, lightweight liquid to just this tight. It doesn't make your skin feel tight. That's not the right word, but you can just feel it like cling to your skin in a really satisfying sort of way. I don't think I'm doing it justice. Like, this isn't a face mask, people. Like I said, it's ultra light, but there's just something about the way it dries to your skin that you just feel like that is not going anywhere. Like, you could weather the elements and it will still be there at the end of the day. Really great foundation. Speaking of oldie but goodies, I have another one, and this one is actually also Marc Jacobs, so it makes sense to mention here. It is one of the eyeshadow palettes, basically the Style Icon number 7. It's the Dreamer. 1.5, 2-ish years back, I feel like this was the luxury must-have item when they first launched, but everyone was talking about the Lolita palette, and as they were, I was definitely like wrapping my mind around purchasing one of these. I think, again, it was another one of those 20% off sales that I thought, now's your time, and so I snagged it then, and I chose it because, one, I am a sucker for peachy, golden shades of any sort for your face, eyes. I don't care where you put it, it just has to be mine if it exists. Then you have this beautiful go anywhere, do anything wash of color across the lid champagne, and then you pair that with some great everyday staple matte neutrals like this cream, this deep chocolate brown, this fun gold. This is actually shimmer along with this champagne-y gold sort of shimmer, but just like really staple neutral shades, but you still get the fun pops ish of color. I mean, I wouldn't say this gold is too standout, relatively speaking. In the scheme of colors, it's not too standout, but you have some room to play here. It's not a totally earthy neutral palette, and you get the textures as well. I will say the quality is great. I don't find myself reaching for it as much as I probably should given the price range and quality, so maybe this is one of those I'll stick back in my everyday makeup drawer so I reach for it more often. If you only buy one palette and you want to, you know, splurge on it to make sure the quality is good, and you know there are powders, there's shadows, colors that you'll love and use every day, I definitely recommend this. But are they shadows that you can't find elsewhere to kind of fudge and make a similar looking palette? No, I wouldn't say. In fact, that might be a good challenge since I do have a lot of loose singles to maybe duplicate some of these higher end with those singles. You know, I definitely think it can be done. The shade selection isn't super unique, but as a makeup collector, it is awfully pretty. And after all that, I don't think I even said who drove me to buy this. It was Fleur de Force. Everyone was talking about the Lolita palette anyway at the time, including her, but between including it in, you know, luxury must-haves, holiday wish list things, monthly favorites, I feel like I was seeing it everywhere from her. I finally just pulled the trigger and bought it. Back into the world of more recent beauty news. These are part of the, I believe, spring Maybelline shadow launch. They're the single eyeshadows they came out with, and I heard about this one in particular actually through Melissa Alatorre, I don't know how you pronounce her last name, but she's obviously all these people are amazing, and this one in particular, the Glow Down, is this cool gold, I mean pretty standard looking gold shadow, but she used it as a highlight on her face, and I was like, sold. Sign me up. Looks beautiful and natural. I'm not wearing it today, by the way. There's nothing natural about this guy. Lovely, and I will talk about it later, but it's not this. She just had nothing but good things to say about this formula, especially given how affordable they are, and then to get more mileage out of it by using it as a highlighter, I had to buy it, and once again, with the lack of moderation, folks, I went ahead and bought, you know, 3-4 more. Really impressed with all of the quality of these. They just, across the board, pretty good all around. There were some inconsistencies with color payoff, but I think where it counts, like, look at this bold, beautiful blue right here, like very pigmented. Next up are the Pure Eye Polish base and top coats, and I purchased these after seeing a review and swatches from Jessica Braun or Jam Beauty 89 here on YouTube, and just the shades, the finish, these were some of the first, looking back on it now, some of the first, you know, liquid, molten, highly metallic, pure metal, whatever the words they use to describe these are, one of the first on the market, and so immediately after those swatches, I had to go get me some and find out what it was all about. And overall, I really like them. I do find they say base and top coat. I find I have to wear a primer if I wear these alone, which if you have seen the swatches where they're just like this ultra metal madness, you could see why you would want to wear them alone, but definitely have to wear an eyeshadow base if I do. Otherwise, I find that they flake. It's not so much that they smudge, but they kind of flake and crumble around as they dry and then wear throughout the day. And something else to note is that as these guys dry out, the mesh here in the packaging makes things a little bit harder to dip into, like it goes from less of a liquid, more of a cream. I would recommend you just cut that mesh out and go in there with your finger or a brush or the spatula that comes with them to get more of the product out, because that does come trickier or become trickier as they dry. And last up is a product that Julie G Beauty made me buy not one, but 4 of, again, with the self-control and moderation. don't know about it. So she used Dolly Sand, this one. She used Dolly Sand in a tutorial in this beautiful duochrome shifty thing, and it made me want to not only buy it, but once you go on the website and you see all the different swatches and all the different ways to use them, and they just, oh, these are such versatile powders. I mean, a lot of pigments are, but you get so much product in here that you really can use these and not feel like you have to use it sparingly. You can use these to do so much. So I got Dolly Sand, NYC Vamp, Lady Goldfish, which is the super fun peachy green duochrome. Remember I said I couldn't resist a peachy gold? This is a peachy green, which was even more intriguing to me. And then I also picked up Vow, which interestingly enough, once I bought it and applied it, something like this little thing was nagging at me, like, I've heard about this before, where did I hear about this? And it was Sam Sherman. Now we've come full circle in the video, but I think early on in the brand's creation, or the product's creation, I think I remember her in a video saying that she helped name this Vow, and she always wears it. She currently has a deal, or maybe it's since sold out, but she had a deal with them where you could get Vow along with another one of these stroboscope powders in a set, which is actually how I bought a few of these. It was in a holiday set, so you get them a little bit of a discount because individually they are a little bit pricey. Like I said, you get a ton of product, but very versatile and offer a lot of utility. I'm actually wearing Vow now as a highlight, not only on the tops of my cheekbones, but bridge of the nose, Cupid's bow, the whole 9 yards. And this can really be built. I won't say it can be worn subtly. It really is kind of a purposeful, in-your-face sort of highlighter, but I do find that if I apply this and then I spritz my face with a setting powder and then I go back with that same brush, it does give it more of a metallic sheen and less of a sparkly, not that you look like a disco ball, but there are definitely like discernible individual sparkles in here, which I know some people tend to shy away from if you're into that very finely milled smooth highlight effect. There are some chunkier shimmers in here, but like I said, I find that a setting powder kind of smooths those out. And overall, just gives you like this kablow in your face highlighter effect. And that wraps it up, guys. Those are all the products, or at least those that, like, when I looked at them, a specific YouTuber immediately came to mind, like, you made me do this. Not that I'm regretting it, but those are all the products that I could think of for now, you guys. I'd love to hear if you have any in the comments below. Definitely let me know. Besides that, thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye, guys.